Welcome back to Katie Pavlich tonight. Well, tomorrow, the House is set to vote on the War Powers Resolution, which would undermine President Trump's authority as commander-in-chief. It passed the Senate yesterday with the help of 4 Republicans, and it comes as Democrats reach a new low with their violent rhetoric. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise discussed all of this with me today. Here's our conversation. Great to see you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. So let's start with the Iran war, the Iran Powers Resolution in the Senate. They're trying to pull back President Trump's ability to continue his military action against Iran, although there has been a ceasefire. What is the status of that in the House and on Capitol Hill among members that you're hearing?
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me back, Katie. Excited about the show. You know, if you look at the resolution they're bringing on the House floor tomorrow, it's a resolution. It's not a bill that actually has force of law. So, you know, it's basically a recommendation. But at the same time, if you look, you know, the president's been trying to wind this thing down. You saw him just in the last few days talking about trying to get this negotiated to a ceasefire in the Strait of Hormuz, working with the neighboring countries in the Middle East to get a peace agreement. So, you know, I think Congress needs to continue to let the president do what he's doing. And number one, make sure Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. That's the main objective. And then ultimately get this resolved peacefully. And then let's move on and see great things happen in the economy. So
we are very much in primary season now. Of course, we saw primaries across the country this week. What is your just positioning on November's a long time away? We know it's an eternity in politics. But Republicans are winning these redistricting wars all over the country. They're picking up seats in a number of places. What is your assessment of how Republicans are doing ahead of the midterms in November?
It's going good from that perspective. I mean, they way overplayed their hand in Virginia. By the way, wasted over $50 million of their super PAC money. If you're a Democrat donor, you're probably demanding a refund right now, saying, why did they waste so much of the money? When Democrats call you asking for money, you should probably say, what'd you do with the last $50 million that you lit on fire, that we have nothing to show for? But at the end of the day, it's going to be a dogfight going into November. And really, this, Katie, is going to be a contrast election. And it's a contrast between what Republicans are doing, working with President Trump to make life more affordable for families, and the Democrat Party that's gone off the rails with the Mondami wing that's literally crazy. You look at their policies, leftist policies all around the board. You know, the government-run grocery stores, higher taxes, open borders. They're still clamoring for open borders. They want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. It's like anything that President Trump wants, they just want to be against, even if it's good for America. They were adamantly against more money in the pockets of overtime workers, shift workers, cops, senior citizens that got a huge tax deduction. Every Democrat voted no. So those are the things we're going to be going into November talking about.
So do you think Republicans can win on those, what you see as
I feel very strongly we're going to hold the House, and we can grow the majority. It's not going to be a huge majority on either side, because if you look at the district lines, everybody's lines are tighter. But at the same time, we've got a real compelling message. What we're fighting for, we are fighting for working families to try to get this economy in this country back on track. And Democrats are literally trying these crazy policies. And it's just hatred of Donald Trump every day. And, you know, hatred and anger is not an American value. And I think that's going to be what voters look at, the two sides, who's best to go fight for working families.
Well, speaking of hatred and anger, you mentioned the $50 million that Democrats essentially lit on fire for this Virginia redistricting vote, or failure at the Virginia Supreme Court. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader in the House, was responsible for making those decisions, deciding to spend that money. He said things like Democrats need to break the spirit of MAGA extremists. He said that they need to employ maximum warfare across the country. And then he mentioned some of the candidates that these Democrats are running. A Democratic congressional candidate who is in Texas, Maureen Galindo, is calling for American Zionists to be put into camps and arrested. Let's take a listen to what we're hearing.
I guess part of how we as House Democrats view this moment, either MAGA extremists are going to break the country or we're going to break them. And our goal is to break them.
We're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of in the mouth.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist bloods.
Every American, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, moderate, people should be forcefully rising up against this.
His children are better off without him. They need to learn
So, Congressman, it's not that this has just been rhetoric, that there's been action behind a lot of this as well. As we've seen the murder of Brian Thompson, the CEO. You, of course, are also a survivor of political violence. What do you hear or feel when you hear this rhetoric coming from the left and very little condemnation of it from elected officials on Capitol Hill? In fact, Democrats in elected office campaigning with people like Hassan Piker calling for the murder of capitalists in the streets.
Yeah, Katie, it's disgusting. It's dangerous, because you look, I mean, President Trump has had three, not one, not two, three assassination attempts on his life. And the people that tried to kill the president are using the exact rhetoric, violent rhetoric from those Democrat elected officials, and they know it. And yet they're so scared of their radical base that they can't talk like normal human beings. They think they have to curse at people, and they have to use all this inflammatory language to talk about killing people. This is America. We solve our differences at the ballot box. You can't denounce political violence, and in fact, you have to advocate for it. You've already lost with the voters.
Let's talk about something that does bring Democrats and Republicans together. Still competitive, but in a fun way. The Congressional baseball game is coming up. You, of course, have played in many of these games. 9 years ago, of course, there was a horrific shooting where you suffered major injuries as a result of what happened. But you're already you've been back on the field many, many times.
Back in the game.
You guys won. Republicans won 13-2 last time around. So were you guys practicing? What's going on? Tell us the scoop on the game.
We practice at 6 in the morning. Roger Williams is our skipper. He's a major league ball player. We care about this a lot. We're competitive people, Katie. We practice early and then we go to our normal jobs over at the Capitol. But we want to win. We want to beat the Democrats. But it's also a great cause. We've raised last year over $2.5 million for local youth charities. This year we're already ahead of that schedule. The Washington Nationals have been great about letting us use their beautiful baseball park. It's carried live, so you can actually see it. 28,000 people came to the stadium last year to watch. We have more people than most Major League Baseball teams.
Yeah,
I don't even have an NIL deal, Katie. But
maybe you should get one.
The multimillionaire baseball players don't even have like 10,000 people. We have 28,000. Maybe not the same quality of baseball, but we're passionate.
That's a lot of fun.
We want to win. We're going to win again this year, but we surely care about what we're doing to help those youth charities too, and it does bring everybody together.
Well, like you said, it's a great cause, and you've been doing it every single year. So House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, great to see you, and we'll be watching the Congressional baseball game.
Thanks for having me back.
Good to see you.